Hi, hello, and welcome. I am the Cosmic Bard, and this is my channel where we're going to be talking about astrology for the week coming up. And I'm going to be doing a reading later in the video for the 4 elements of the zodiac. Today is Saturday, June 7th, and this video is for the week ahead, June 7th through the 14th. So right now the moon's in Scorpio, so there's an intense, kind of passionate feeling in the air. On June 4th, the moon will enter Libra, and there will be a more focus and a shift to our relationships and what we can do for the other. And on June 9th, the moon will enter Sagittarius, so more of a feeling of a need to travel, a need to explore, a need to learn and teach and do new things and be more explorative. So today, June 7th, Mars is going to enter Leo sometime today. So that's going to give us a more bold, confident type of energy where we're going to be going after our creative drive and what sparks us, what enlivens us. So I'm feeling that right now. Ready to make this video. This is only my 6th take starting this video, so we're off to a great start. There's also a need for impulsivity and a need to take more risks. And watch out for arguments in your relationships as tempers could flare up with this increased fire energy. There's also Mercury is sextile Mars, so there's a harmony with Mars and Mercury. So our mental energy, our communication is going to be more bold and dynamic and fiery. And so on June 8th, that's tomorrow, we have a few things. This is a big week, and this month is great overall for relationships, for starting new projects. But anyways, so Mercury is going to enter Cancer, and then Jupiter is going to enter Cancer, and there's going to be a conjunction with Mercury and Jupiter. That's going to be really cool. But as Mercury enters Cancer, it's going to soften our communication. Okay, it's going to bring more introspection, so more self-reflection and more inner dialogue, right? And there's going to be more heartfelt conversations with your loved ones and with yourself, hopefully, as you begin to be more compassionate as you step into these bold, creative decisions that you're making. So when Mercury conjuncts Jupiter, Jupiter expands and grows anything it touches, so there's going to be more focus, more growth with our empathetic communication, more emotional thinking. And however, you got to watch out because there's going to be a square with Mercury, Saturn, and Neptune. So Mercury's going to be square Saturn and Neptune, and that could cause some confusion, some doubt. Confusion comes from Neptune, the doubt comes from Saturn. So just be aware that you might be feeling like, I want to go, but like, where do I go and should I go? So just keep that in mind. On June 9th, the moon will enter Sagittarius, and Jupiter moves into Cancer. So this is going to start a year-long period where Jupiter is expanding the elements of Cancer. So home and family, motherhood, your own personal roots will grow and expand because Cancer is like Cancer rules the 4th house. So the 4th house is about home, family, roots, personal roots. So your roots are going to grow. You're going to be more anchored and more present in your home. So there's going to be this expansion of emotional growth as Jupiter is entering Cancer. So our emotional depth will grow, and we'll have more awareness of our emotions. But also Venus is going to square Pluto. So Pluto is going to be challenging our love and relationships, and that's going to shake up our love life a little bit, perhaps, as the planet of change crashes into our relationships. So just be prepared to integrate this depth with some detachment because, you don't want to get too attached to this emotional intensity that's coming from Pluto. So just like, okay, have some awareness. This is what's going on. It's happening to everybody. There's no need to bring things to a sudden dramatic end if you don't really want to. Just watch out for this energy and like these arguments and all the stuff coming up. But it's going to bring up a lot of emotions with Jupiter and Cancer, so just watch out. All right, be aware. And then on June 11th, we're going to have the full moon in Sagittarius. So this is going to really push us to get out, explore, be more optimistic, lighten up. I know it's been like a tough week for a lot of us. So we got the full moon to look ahead to near the end of the week, where we're going to have more optimism, and it's going to, our belief system is going to be enhanced. So our personalities will start to, shine more out in the public. Also, there's going to be the moon's going to be in harmony with Mars, so there's going to be more energy from Mars in Leo. So there's going to be a real emphasis on getting out there with friends and being bold, being your authentic self. That's a big thing with Mars in Leo and the moon in the moon in Sagittarius, is being your authentic self, letting your personality, letting your charisma shine. Be who you are out in the world. No need to hide yourself during this week. All right. The moon is also going to be in opposition with Jupiter, square Saturn and Neptune. So there's going to be tension with our faith and our boundaries, and there's going to be like a clashing of creativity versus caution. So just be prepared for that, and be prepared to do something fun, get out there, and try to have a good time, and not hold on to this should I, shouldn't I energy. But with Jupiter and Cancer and stuff, there might be more of an emphasis on staying in the home as things start to move into Cancer out of Gemini. So you might want to do more travel in your own home sort of way, or expand your home, or your idea of home, and push the boundaries of home. What's home to you? For me, home is Mother Earth. Okay, so get out there, get out into nature, do some sprucing up in the house. On June 14th, the moon's going to be trine with Uranus, so there's going to be a electrical shock to your emotional sense of creativity and originality and independent thinking. So that'll do it for the astrological part of this video. And here we are with the reading. We're going to do fire signs first, and then air signs, and then water signs, and earth signs. So actually first, I have my Divine Masters deck here from Kyle Gray and Hay House Publishing. I'm going to pull a card for each of the elements, and that will emphasize the reading that I do at the end. I'm going to set these 4 cards to the side and flip them over at the end of the reading for those elements. So I shouldn't bang the cards on the table. So we got, I'm gonna let you see the cards, but I'm not gonna look at the cards. So we got fire, we got air, we got water, and we got earth. I'm gonna put those down, and that'll emphasize the readings at the end. I'll show you those cards later when we get there. And now for the reading. So fire signs for the week of June 7th through the 14th. Spirit, help me create a clear and accurate reading for fire signs. So first up, we got the King of Cups in reverse. I saw this card earlier. Someone came downstairs and I whipped out this card for them. It's a moist week, fire signs. It's a moist week, especially with all this Cancer energy. You might be feeling, like I said, those temper flare-ups. You could be feeling a little emotionally insecure, a little emotionally reactive. So just watch out for the immaturity, okay? There's no need to lash out when you're feeling sad or hurt. Just keep that in mind. Also, yeah, feeling like this, and there's a full moon here, so feeling like I want to get out, I want to do things. The Knight of Wands is all about, wanting to charge ahead with this creative energy, but feeling maybe a little dampened, all right? And maybe not feeling like this is that doubt and confusion, right? That should I, shouldn't I, creativity versus caution, okay? And what do we have to look forward to? A little ho-hum this week, fire signs. What's up? So just feeling like maybe you didn't get what you wanted, but there's kind of more of a focus on the ho-humness, a more focus on the emotional sensitivity that maybe you're not used to, fire signs, but like I said, it's a good time for introspection and self-reflection. So, and staying in the house, right? Maybe not going out as much, So, this week, fire signs, some emotional work needs to be done. tap into your emotional core, your sensitivity, and find out what's going on. Do some self-reflection. Okay, no need to stay sad, right? Smile more, fire signs. It's gonna be, you know, a moist week for you guys. I love that word so much. My girlfriend's son just came downstairs and he was talking about his guitar calluses and how they're not, as hard as they should be because he plays guitar so much, and it's like probably because like he's the weather and because he's always sweaty, he was saying. So, I'm like, you're too moist, boy. You're too moist to be playing guitar this week. So, man, what a video. I'm so sorry, you guys. All right, air signs now. Air signs now. So 3 cards for air signs. All right, moving on. Air signs. First up, we got, the Hangman in reverse. So really looking at things from a new perspective. Maybe some like aha moments going on. And really feeling like you've had a change in perspective, a change of heart. Things aren't as bad as they could be, right? We're really starting to get it now, kind of idea. This card again, I shuffled that deck. So, King of Cups, and this is the 3rd time I drew the King of Cups, because I drew it for my girlfriend's son when he came downstairs too, in reverse. So, yeah, there's air signs too, some emotional immaturity, and really looking at this emotional immaturity, really taking a good hard look. Both these cards, they're dark figures. This one's looking at this one, but they're dark figures. Not all the cards in this deck are dark figures with this dark skin. So like kind of, and there's a full moon again. So kind of a lot of emotional introspection, all right? Self-reflection, and starting to take a look at maybe how you've been immature in the past, okay? And coming up, the King of Swords in reverse. So these kings in reverse, right? These kings being dethroned. What's going on, air signs? And this is the air card. This is the water card. Water king, air king. So a clash between our thinking mind, our emotional core, and they might be at odds with each other, right? Squaring off, and both not really acting as their best self. So I think when the full moon comes, we're going to have to really pull back some of our emotions and our flare-ups, our confusion and doubt. Like, just pull back before we say something dumb, right? Because when we're feeling hurt and sad, we might say something dumb. So just keep an eye out, air signs, for being immature this week, okay? But do some introspection, right? And maybe you're looking at an air sign, if you're not an air sign, being like, wow, they're really immature this week. Well, just be gentle with yourself, air signs, and be gentle with air signs this week. They look like they're going through it, and it's not really their fault, but how they react to this energy is on them. It's on you, air signs. So keep an eye on this stuff, right? You're like looking at these 2 guys squabbling, and you're like, what the hell? What? Why can't they get their shit together? Actually, it's like this. So like this. So it's like, what the hell? So keep an eye on your emotional sensitivity. Maybe you have to do some like self-care this week, air signs, but really watch what you say to others, okay? Especially when the moon moves into Libra on June 4th and coming up for the full moon too. So air signs, watch what you say this week, all right? Do some introspection. It's not about them, it's about you. So you gotta really get a handle on your reactions to some situations coming up. And a lot of masculine energy. So a lot of like finger pointing and like telling others what to do and etc. And all right. So we're gonna move on from that. I forgot to pull these cards for the fire sign and the air signs. We'll do that at the end. Because I already forgot already. Off to a great start. Shuffling good this time. Look, I'm going to split the deck. I'm going to rotate it. Swear to God, if I pull that King of Cups again. All right. So we'll do water now. Water signs now. I can't believe I forgot to pull the oracle cards. They're sitting right in front of me. But we'll do it at the end. All right. Water signs. First up. Oh, let's draw 3 cards first. All right. First up. Water signs, putting in some work this week, all right? Really getting into your work. And like I said, when Mars enters Leo today, you're going to be feeling this call to do some creative art for yourself, some more creative work, especially on June 14th too, at the end of the week. So this week, really a week of creativity for you, of putting in the work and focusing on your career, your projects. If you started a project, maybe really getting into it now this week. Yes, and investing more wisely. So really investing your time, your energy into these creative works, these creative projects that suit you, that feel good for you. So good water signs. Really, seeking out how to spend money to make money this week. This week's all about making money for you, or putting in effort to produce results that you desire. And there's that emotional confusion and doubt again, but this lady is not falling out of the window here, so don't let your fears distract you, okay? Do not let your fears, your doubts distract you this week. They're just fears and doubts, and that's going to slow you down. But, stick to the course this week. Stick to the course. Others might be like doubting you, but just stick to what you're doing this week, water signs. It's a good week for you. You're going to be feeling confident. You're going to be feeling on top of things with some minor flashes of doubt and confusion, but pay no mind, water signs. You're doing great. So now we're going to move on to earth signs. Shuffle this deck. Shuffle it real good. I'm going to twist the deck. I'm going to shuffle it again. And I'm going to twist the deck again. Shuffle it again. All right. This is my Deviant Moon deck. I feel most comfortable with this deck, so here we go. 3 cards for earth signs now. All right, first up, earth signs. 2 of Wands in reverse. So really feeling a hesitation to get out there before you start something new, before you go ahead with this thing. You're feeling hesitant, you're feeling unsure, and you're not really sure that you want to get out. So maybe staying in the home this week for you, earth signs, and just feeling a little bit more cautious, really cautious, but maybe unnecessarily so. And it's kind of really putting a block on you this week, earth signs. And Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I think there's some as we're being too cautious, we're not spending or investing as wisely as we could to take care of our family. So there might be some frivolousness, or maybe that's your fear of being too frivolous and not really getting out there and having fun with your family, but being more reserved and cautious and just either throwing away money or not spending it wisely or holding on too tight for it. But I think there's a focus on taking care of your family this week, earth signs. So really make sure your family's good this week. Really make sure you're taking care of your family. And maybe there's like gonna be some like sneakiness with your family. Maybe your kids are like lying to you. Just watch out for these arguments and upsets this week, earth signs. Maybe someone is asking you for money that they shouldn't be asking you for, and you're giving it because you got it to give. So just watch out with your spending this week, earth signs, where you're putting your energy. All right, really be putting an effort on taking care of yourself and taking care of your family, taking care of your kids, and don't be throwing away money to people that aren't going to use it wisely to take care of themselves and take care of each other. So watch out for that, earth signs. It's a weird reading. Anyways, all right, let's get into the oracle now. Oracle cards to back up the readings for the elements. I meant to do this with the readings, but here we are. So fire signs, we got Michael and Faith, spiritual calling, divine protection, breakthrough moment. Okay. I forgot the reading I did for fire signs. This is a great video. So instead, what I'm going to do is, instead of using this to back up the reading for fire signs, if you remember the reading for fire signs, great. I don't. So that's on me. But what I'm going to do is look into this book a little bit and pull out your message. So Michael and Faith, spiritual calling. I love this deck so much, but I haven't ever pulled this card before. I really don't know who these people are. They're angels. Archangel Michael. Duh. Okay. He's the leader of God's protective legions, etc., etc. And Faith is his twin flame. So, twin flame reading for these fire signs. Was that the king and queen, the two king cards I pulled, or was that air signs? I can't remember. Anyways, I'm just going to read right out of the book. This is Kyle Gray, Divine Masters, Hay House Publishing. The message for Michael and Faith. The universe needs you. Where you are now is where you are most needed. Consider yourself strategically placed. Even if where you are is less than ideal, know that there is an opportunity there to align with purpose and meaning. If you are experiencing a dark cloud of uncertainty or fear, call on Michael and Faith to light the way. If you have been asking to be shown your life purpose, know that where you are right now, what you are facing will help you be of greater service. Your life is destined to be aligned to spirituality and higher purpose, and this particular challenge is actually the moment where you break through into a greater understanding of who you truly are and why you are here at this specific time. Cool. We'll move on to air signs now. Air signs. Buddha. My girlfriend and I were just talking about Buddha in the car. And maybe this was I can't remember any of the readings. I'm really bad at remembering readings. I've done readings for people and they'll come up to me like weeks, months, years later and be like, oh, that reading you gave me was so great when you said this and this. I'm like, I don't remember anyone's reading I give anytime. As soon as I give a reading, I completely forget it. I don't know. I think that's something readers experience. But yeah, I don't hang on to those memories of the readings. Anyways, my girlfriend and I were talking about Buddha in the car today and how I was telling her how she was so brave to be facing all these challenges she's facing with like optimism and a smile and like laughter, and she's like, that's the Buddha laughs no matter what's going on. So I think that's a great message for anyone, air signs, water signs, whatever. No matter what you're going through this week, stay laughing, stay positive, stay happy. Don't let anything drag you down. You can choose to be happy through it all. Anyways, Buddha says, heightened awareness, make peace with your thoughts and your world. Great. And I've never pulled this card either. So many cards in here I haven't pulled. But I'm just going to read out of this book because I can't remember the reading. So, the message for air signs. Don't fight the thoughts that disturb you. For when you fight your thoughts, you create a war in your mind. Oh, that sounds familiar. Your thoughts aren't your enemies. In fact, your mind is a neutral space that allows you to connect with both fear and love. When this card comes to you, you're being guided to know that when you experience fear, you have an opportunity to stand in love. When your fears appear in thought form instead of fighting or running from them, be aware of them, acknowledge them, and realize that they are part of you. Just like the Buddha, you have the ability to become one with all that is. When you see your fears and experience them with all of your being, they can no longer have power over you. You see, you are only trapped by the prospect of fear, not fear itself. Today you have the opportunity to make peace with your thoughts in order to encounter more peace in your world. Was that the king, the two kings, the air king and the water king in reverse? Was that? Yeah. So, all right, next, the Atlanteans. Ooh, cool card. Evolutionary vibration, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. This was the water reading I did that was about like work, right? So, probably the first one here. Nope, Ashtar is the first one. The Atlanteans. All right. The message for water signs. You are a future thinker who will leave a legacy of healing and light. Think beyond boundaries and keep your future and the future of your close ones in mind. When it comes to making a decision, Atlantean energy is here to help you align your pathway with the one that supports the evolution of your soul and your family lineage. This is a time of transcending old ways of being and old patterns. So it might not always be easy to navigate, but it will be worth it in the long run. Ideas, creativity, and new technological concepts are all around you now. June 14th, Uranus with the moon, you know? When it comes to forging new pathways, think of the future. Cut out any long-winded approaches and streamline everything you are doing. This is a time of evolution, and so there's a good chance of resistance from old energies and the ego. If you feel a challenge or encounter growing pains, know that you're on the right track. Persevere. Great, great. Earth signs was the last one. Earth signs, we have the Lemurians. The Lemurians. Am I saying that right? Lemurians. Lemurians. The Lemurians. Lemurians. What a great video I'm making right now. I'm so awesome. The Lemurians. Clairvoyance activated. Psychic awareness. Sensitivity. Trust your intuition. Your gut. Your gut, Earth signs. Trust your gut. Alright. How does the alphabet go? I found it. It's okay. You don't need to tell me. The Lemurians. They are Blue Star people? Oh, no. Lemuria was a civilization in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in ancient times. Alright, so, good to know. The message for Earth signs. Your psychic gifts and talents are being activated at this time. Trust what you see, hear, and feel. And know, for whatever you are picking up is absolutely correct. Your sensitivity is so heightened that you will be able to evaluate people's characters quickly, read between the lines, and see things before they happen. Know that this ability will get stronger and stronger as you use your psychic gifts to know and heal. There's a good chance that in the past your sensitivity was overwhelming because you didn't understand it or how to direct it. But now you are blooming like a beautiful flower, becoming the light that you were meant to be. You have prepared yourself for this moment. Lifetimes upon lifetimes of incarnations have led you to where you are now. Through embracing your uniqueness, you can help many others embrace theirs. This is not a time to fit in or conform. This is a moment you let the world know who you are. All right. That's going to do it for this week. I will get the hang of this eventually, I promise. I'm still new at this, still learning, and you know what? I'm dedicated right now, and that's all that matters. I'm not apologizing at all. Hi, Rexy, my doggy. All right, so that'll do it for this week. I will see you next week. Stop recording. It didn't work. All right, I'll hit stop. Bye, everybody.